Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. I'm Dr. Jacalyn Kerbeck, and I want to welcome you to our show, Stories of Hope, Inspiration, and Overcoming Adversity. I want to say hello to our new viewers on Roku worldwide, as well as Amazon Fire, and hello to our loyal followers on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, our website, and coming soon, Apple TV. I started this show. This was actually my very first show. It was a radio program, and then we turned it into a television show. And I started it because I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis 35 years ago. And at the time, I lived in shame and humility. I was embarrassed, let's put it that way. I was always kind of concerned about my health. And so I was silent until 2018 when I found the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. And I realized that there were other people out there who were like me and who were embarrassed about the fact that they were diagnosed with a disease. And so we're not a disease, we have a disease. And I wanted to give people a space to share their story. So this particular show has a lot of just meaning for me, really resonates with me. And I'm super excited about our guest. Our guest is Julie Mejia. Julie is the CEO of Holistic Hemp Solutions. We're going to be talking with Julie about Julie's journey, personal journey, and then how and why Julie decided to go down to this path to help other people to establish this company and to come here today and share Julie's story. Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Jacalyn, for having me today.
Thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure to have you here today. You know, it's interesting. I thought briefly before the show that there's such a good tie in between what I share with my illness and what it is that you're doing. And there's so many people out there who are suffering in silence or maybe going the traditional path with pharmaceuticals, and maybe they're not getting the results that they need. But before we go into all of that, how and why did you decide to start this company?
Thank you so much for asking. It's been a difficult journey for myself. My name is Julia Mejia, and I used to work in the traditional medicine sector. In 2013, unfortunately, I got injured on the job working with cognitive disabled children, um, and unfortunately developed a rare pain disorder called reflex sympathetic dystrophy. I trusted completely in the traditional route for many years. I was a coordinator at this company. Um, I used to sit with clinical assessments and do the med certification trainings with the staff, amongst many other things, until unfortunately I became the victim of traditional medicine. After I got injured, I was put on every opiate you can think of. Not only did they not work for my body, but they made me extremely sick. And I had to find my own pathway at that point. I was fed up with the traditional route and needed to find alternative options for my body. So that's my beginning.
Thank you so much for your transparency and for your courage in coming forward. I really do appreciate that. For people who aren't aware, what does the term holistic actually mean?
Holistic means looking at the entire person. Traditional medicine, we go to our PCP now, our primary care physician, and they refer out to different body parts to different physicians. Holistic health looks at the root cause of your illness. Uh, while traditional medicine, unfortunately, there is a care-sick model that we are all well aware of, and they traditionally put a Band-Aid on the problem. They don't cure or treat the root cause of the issue.
Excellent. Thank you for that explanation. I hope that helps people who are out there. I know many times as a support group facilitator, I've heard some people in our groups talk about holistic approaches, and all of a sudden you see some people, their eyes flash wide up and they're like, don't even talk to me about that. I don't want to hear about it. It's all, woo woo, and there's nothing really. But I always think, why not explore what all the options are? Because we just had a show right before this, and a client was told yesterday that he's got the rest of the year and that's the end. And he said to the doctor, well, there's got to be something else. The doctor said, there's nothing else. We can't do a single other thing for you. So my question for you is, when do we explore holistic options? Do we wait until somebody says, sorry, nothing left? Or we get a diagnosis and then we start, or we proactively start to look into something?
To be honest, I wish someone had told me long ago about other options, because I was under the impression this was the only way. Traditional approach was the only way. I was not aware of other approaches. So I think, if you could do less harm to your body, your body's meant to process natural compositions. I think we should use traditional medicine as a last resort. Try holistic approach first, and if all else fails, then go to the more traditional route. But that's my personal opinion. Everybody's different. There is good and bad to everything in this world. For me, the traditional approach wasn't the answer. And I wish someone had given me other options when I had gotten injured at work and was really sick. So that's my
Thank you,
thought.
Julie. Thank you. And you know what's so interesting? While it's terrible that you got injured, that spawned something new for you. And here you are today on a global platform sharing about your story and how you're helping people all over the world. So I really commend you for that. I'd love to have you share with us, as an entrepreneur, what are some of the I'm going to say opportunities that you encountered as you went to market?
Well, I'll tell you this. I had tried probably 50 different topicals nationally that contained CBD and other cannabinoids. None of them worked well enough for my chronic pain disorder. And as I divulged further into the holistic realm, I started learning about compositions that help with pain, help with inflammation. So I said to myself, after trying 50 products, I said, there has to be a better way. I'm going to take a shot at this and see if I can create some of these products on my own. And that's kind of how this sparked for me. I had gotten sick of trying products and wasting money for products that didn't work well enough for my chronic pain disorder. So that was the root, push for me to develop these products that are now internationally patent pending.
It's such an exciting story. And I'm a big fan of Shark Tank. And I see and hear people's stories when they come onto that carpet and they're in the garage and they've got their family and they're in the kitchen and they're baking. What's your story of how you actually did the research, maybe found the alliances, the resources, and then brought product to market?
So it's kind of a crazy story. I went to a conference in 2017 out in Eugene, Oregon. It was one of the first cannabis conferences that I had ever been to. And I really wanted to immerse myself in that culture. And thankfully, at that conference, I met some beautiful people that were willing to teach me the industry. And I picked up my life, packed up, and moved to Oregon in 2017. And I worked for a number of medical growers. I started at the bottom. I learned every aspect of the industry and about the plant itself. And as a trimmer, I worked my way up from there. I worked in the garden, learned how to grow, and then moved into the lab setting. Got some lab experience, which was really nice. And because I had a business background and management experience in the nonprofit sector in traditional medicine as well, I ended up helping one of these medical growers develop their company further. So.
Very exciting. And by the way, we've got a number of comments that I'd love to share because people are here cheering you on. We've got Jim Berry. Good morning from Colorado. Thanks for being here, Jim. Jessica Churchill. Good afternoon from Boston. Another one from Jim, that Julie has the most effective non-THC products I've ever tried.
Thank you, Jim.
Jessica, Jim, and she's a wonderful, kind human being. I'm so proud to know her. Very nice. And from Martha, I'm very grateful for Julie. Her knowledge is incredible and honored to call her a friend too. Aw, it's beautiful.
So great. No, I have a beautiful community of people that I work with, and it's just such a blessing to be alive every day. I've overcome so much personally with my health, and it's just so nice to give back to the community and be able to share my wealth of knowledge that I've learned to help myself feel better and others in the community as well. So I'm blessed.
Thank you for people for reaching out and for sharing the support. So what type of conditions, what type of diagnoses, what type of healing would these products address?
Well, I'll show you the products and we can talk about them a little bit. So this is our tincture. This is rare minor cannabinoids. And traditional CBD companies use heat extraction. I found that incredibly disheartening because when I started working in the industry, I learned that everything burns off at a certain temperature. So you were losing key components and compositions of the plant that were beneficial to the body. That brings me to Steve Hunt. He was one of the medical growers that I worked with in Oregon, and he taught me about cold processing with THC. And at the time, my aunt had cancer, and she was very sick. Cannabinoids, CBDA, CBGA, some of the other ones that were not as well known, but there was some pretty heavy research overseas that found them beneficial for a number of different health conditions. So I could not locate any of these sources that made these rare compositions, and took Steve's concept for cold extraction with THC and applied it to hemp because no one was doing that at the time. So it was really an interesting transition. This product here is patent pending for pain, inflammation, relaxation. We are patent pending for COVID symptomology reduction and prevention. We have pediatric patients throughout the country taking this for seizures. So it's truly an incredible product. I'm really excited about that one. And then this is our topical. and it has 5 different anti-inflammatory ingredients. We are patent pending for pain, inflammation, skin conditions like psoriasis and eczema. And people don't even realize that they're putting, with petroleum-based products, they're putting essentially gas on their wounds. There's still parts per million in there. So a lot of people don't heal as quickly with petroleum-based products like bacitracin or neosporin. So you can actually use this as well on wound care. And we've had people successfully use it after surgery, and it helps the healing process significantly well. So those are some of our products and what we're patent pending for internationally at this point.
You just tapped into something. I was like, whoa, I have eczema and psoriasis. And I've been using the products that you just mentioned. Shame on me. So thank you for sharing that.
No, it's okay. I'm happy to send you something to try out. I would love for your thoughts on it.
Fantastic. I would be honored. I'm wondering, in different parts of the country, I know that there's legislation that is making certain things available for people and certain things are not. Can you talk to us about your products? Are they available for anyone? I know you're global, but in the States, is there anything that we need to know in terms of availability and accessibility?
No, we are completely compliant. We do not have THC in our products. We had maybe one test that had the smallest amount of THC. That was probably 2 years ago, but we haven't had anything since. So these are available nationwide and they are legal in all states. So that's a really exciting thing that we can ship these and people can have safe access. And now we're looking for safe access locations. We're starting to branch out into stores and starting to make those international connections now so that we can have these products available on a global scale for everyone. We have had people purchase on the website from different areas of the world. So it just really depends upon which country you're in. But from the US standpoint, these products are legal. So that's phenomenal.
Absolutely. That is very phenomenal. For people who don't know, you've mentioned THC a few times. Can you share what is THC? What do we need to know about it?
So THC is one of many cannabinoids found in hemp and cannabis. Traditional variations of the two, THC is found way less in the hemp plant than it is in the cannabis plant. So there's many other cannabinoids, though, that are beneficial to the body. There's CBDA, CBGA, CBN, CBC, and all of them have a different, variation of what they support and help. So this is a truly full spectrum product. You're getting all the cannabinoids and all the terpenes from the raw organic material grown here in Massachusetts that gets transferred into organic olive oil. So we have figured out a way to preserve all the cannabinoids and all the terpenes as they were meant to be consumed.
I'm just shaking my head in awe. It's incredible what you've been able to do. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're really excited about it. I just want to help people because, again, like I said, no one gave me another option. And I wish I had gone down a more natural pathway than going through all the opiates and dealing with all the side effects of the traditional route.
So many side effects, that's for sure. I know for my ulcerative colitis, they want to switch me to some other medication. And I called this 800 number and it said, can cause brain cancer or down. I just hung up. I was like, no, that's the end. I will find something else. But we do have a couple of comments that have come in. Again, Jamie, we love Julie's products. We call her Salve Julie's Magic Cream because it works on everything. And also we have another comment, which is from Jim. What's for my toothache?
Hey, yeah, Jim was telling me, he had called me a few weeks ago and said he had a dental issue and put the oil on his tooth and it actually took his tooth pain away. So that's phenomenal. Thank you, Jim, for letting me know. And I'm so glad that you're doing well with the products.
Thank you, Jim. And again, thank you everyone for reaching out. So, Julie, when we think about all of the body parts that we have, right? All the organs that we have, do your products work specifically better in a certain area for certain parts of the body for certain types of inflammation, or does it not really matter?
Well, I'll tell you this, most people don't realize that we have a system called the endocannabinoid system that processes these cannabinoids. It works in conjunction with the immune system to support it. So if we're lacking these compositions and exposure to them because, in ancient times, our ancestors were applying them topically, they were smoking them, they were eating them, and we don't have that anymore. There was a large disconnection because of the fact that we had these products illegal for so long. So there's a big disconnect. And I do believe that's one of the main reasons why this truly balances the body when you're taking the oil. In regards to the topical, that is more of a spot treatment type situation. If you have chronic pain in a specific area, if you have dry skin or a patch of eczema that's come up, that's more of a spot treatment. I do have people that use it daily after they get out of the shower and stuff. Just people that have chronic pain, they say that they can't start their day without it. So it really truly depends upon what you're working with. But the oil truly helps with everything, and I do believe it's that missing piece for a lot of people with rebalancing their body.
Thank you, Julie. I have a question for you,
Sure.
which is I remember when I first joined the Crohn's Colitis Foundation. I'm on the board now, but I was told that I could apply for a medical marijuana card because of my ulcerative colitis, which I didn't. But what's the difference if someone's going to get medical marijuana versus the products that you have?
So the main difference is the psychoactivity. Our products are non-psychoactive, meaning that they're not going to get you high. A lot of people are concerned about that. They want to have their facets about them. They want to be able to take this and go to work or be around their family. They don't like the feeling of being out of control from their mental facets. So this is a non-psychoactive product. It can be calming. It's all a variation of dosaging and how your body processes it, but there is no psychoactivity with this specific product for the tincture.
That's very comforting. Absolutely. Now, once you're using these products for an extended amount of time, do you then have to double or triple or take more, add more, rub more on because it's no longer effective like with certain medications?
I honestly have not experienced that personally. So it really depends upon the person's body. But the feedback and anecdotal research that we've gotten back from clients and people that have been using these products for years, they've been on the same dosage and done really well at it. So it just truly depends upon the person. I mean, for example, your pain today might be different than tomorrow. Say you get injured and you flare it up. You might need more than your normal traditional dose that you're used to taking because of that flare up. So it can vary from person to person.
Excellent points. Thank you. I know for myself with the ulcerative colitis that I started doing intermittent fasting, and the doctor called yesterday and said that my results look better than they've ever looked. And so I'm thinking that in addition to using a product, we have to change our mindset also, right? And we have to be open and receptive to thinking this is really going to work. This is something that's going to bring value to my life. What are your thoughts about that?
I think that's phenomenal. There's a lot that you can do for your ulcerative colitis as well. Just healing your gut in general is a huge thing. But I think taking the oil, like I said, it's that missing component to work in conjunction with the immune system. So if you're missing these cannabinoids, then your immune system's not going to be functioning to the optimal capacity that it could be. So I do think it's worth taking for a number of things. I have people that just take it for overall wellness. People call me and they're like, I'm the only one in my family that didn't get sick with X virus or whatever. And they chalk it up to taking this on a regular basis because they have excellent immune support. So I think that it can benefit a lot of different things.
I love the fact that you're giving people options and giving people hope. And we do have another comment/question. Thank you so much for keeping them coming. Jessica writes, my 2-year-old has the most stubborn eczema and nothing has helped. It's so bad she makes herself bleed from scratching so much. Can I use it on her? My heart goes out because at 2 years of age, I'm 61. I've ripped my skin open. It's so, please, what's the answer?
Yes, we have had pediatrics use this. Of course, we tell everyone to talk to their practitioner, but again, it's essentially the parent's decision to use these products on their children. But yes, it's been tested on all populations. These are even safe for pets. These are as natural as you can get and as organically processed as you can get. There's no harsh solvents. There's no extra crap or additives in there. This is as clean a medicine as you can get. And I say medicine from a standpoint of my personal being, because I use this as a medicine for myself.
And you've had quite a journey. How has, if you go back to when you had that industry to where you are today, how has your life changed?
It's been a wild ride. I'll tell you that. I'm just truly blessed. I have presented at the Harvest Cup. We're teaching people now how to protect their IP from big pharma and some of the big, large cannabis companies. So I presented at that a few years back. It's been such a beautiful journey, meeting wonderful people and learning so much. It's a completely new science, essentially, that I had to learn. It was very different than, what I was taught in the traditional sector. So it's been a wild ride and journey, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I think I'm meant to be here. I think there was a reason I got injured, and I'm just excited to be able to help and be a wealth of knowledge for others.
I really love your passion and how you're dedicated to helping other people. What about animals? We have a show here that's dedicated strictly to animals with our pet psychic. Can animals have this product used on them? These products,
Yes,
I should say.
yes, yes. These are incredibly safe for animals. We have animals taking them for a number of different conditions, ranging exactly same conditions as humans. Anything from anxiety to seizures, safe for cats, dogs, and a wide variety of animals. We've had horses use products before. So yes, they're very safe for pets. Like I said, we're not putting harsh solvents in there. It's all natural. So this is probably one of the cleanest products on the market that you could get for your pet. I was horrified to see some of the CBD products that are out there, and they're using, ethanol extraction and, putting that into a product. I think if you're going to consider using cannabinoid therapies on your pet, definitely find out how it's being extracted, what the solvents are, if any, because again, our solvent is the organic olive oil because we're doing things cold processed and pressed.
Thank you, Julie. I know we're aware of the medical community and the pharmaceuticals. When it comes to using products like this on pets, are veterinarians generally on board, or do they have some thoughts that maybe this isn't the way to go?
So we've had a number of veterinarians reach out to us because their clients have done well with our products, and then they want more information about it. I'd say, like the traditional sector, it really depends upon the veterinary clinic and what they're trying to push. It's truly dependent upon the person.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. So, where do you see your company going? And how can we, the audience, general public, help you and celebrate you with what you're doing?
Well, thank you for asking. I hope to be a household name on a global scale. I have been 100% self-funded at this point, so it's been a wild journey. I have been offered loans through my traditional bank, but I have not accepted those. I would be willing to look at a possibility of a partnership. There's been a lot of people that have come to me and offered different things, but to be honest, I really want a partner not only to assist with the company in distribution channels and such like that, but that believes in what I'm doing and believes in the product and uses it themselves.
I think that's truly key, using the products themselves so they can speak intelligently. And I really advocate for anybody who's out there watching or listening to reach out to Julie. So the next question that I have for you is, when you think about a what am I going to say? A lifestyle incorporating these products, and let's say you're in the United States. Any idea of the budget that one would need for this?
So we try to keep these very affordable. I was once a medical patient that could not afford their meds. We're actually a lot more affordable than our competitors. Our 2 ounce topical goes for $40 for retail. And then our tincture retails at $30. And it's very affordable for people. People can afford this. And we've had no complaints about our pricing. If anything, we've had people call us and say, thank you. Thank you for keeping it affordable, especially while all other products have been raised during this time in our world. Everything has gotten more expensive. We've tried to keep everything the same, because again, some people use this daily as a medicine for themselves, and that's a big consideration to how we price things.
That's outstanding. And I know your products are internationally patent pending. Where in the world are they available?
So they are widely available all over the US now. We've had them in Maine. Massachusetts has a variety of stores. We're in Vape City. We're at Children's Orchard in Rowley, Massachusetts. We're in a couple dispensaries up in Maine, a couple bed and breakfasts throughout the world as well. We're starting to branch out globally. We've had people purchase stuff on our website internationally, but we're starting to find safe access locations on a global scale. So I've been having a couple meetings. I had a meeting a couple weeks back with someone with an Italian distribution channel. I have friends in Portugal that are interested in possibly getting the products out there. So it's just dependent upon the distribution channel and how that looks. So we're exploring all options at this point because, like I said, these products don't contain THC, and most countries recognize the cannabinoid therapy as being legal. So that's a great thing.
It sure is. And for people who are just getting familiar with you, your branding, and your products, what would you say it is that really differentiates your products, your brand, your company from the others?
I would say our processing techniques. Like I said, we do a cold process for our oils, and then everything is organic. We try to use the highest quality ingredients. Traditional companies, like I said, are doing heat extraction. They're adding harsh solvents. We don't do any of that. We keep this as clean as possible and as organic as possible because, again, we want to target audiences that are possibly having health issues. We don't want to add any more chemicals to their body. We want to add things that are going to help their body heal and not hinder their ability to feel better. So.
Thank you. It's so true. If we start looking at what we're putting on our skin or hair, what we're putting into our bodies, if we start reading labels and seeing all those long terms that we have no idea what they are, and we think, oh, I don't feel well. Really? I wonder why, because we don't even know what we're putting into our bodies or on our skin.
It's so scary, and it's comical that you say that. I do legislation and advocacy work as well. I have a current bill right now in session. I wrote my first piece of legislation. I am also a diabetic. Unfortunately, I had the flu shot in 2015 that triggered an autoimmune response. So I am type 1.5 late onset autoimmune diabetic patient. And I've been having issues with my insulin. And I thought, they were putting mild preservatives in insulin. Come to find out, they're putting metacresol, phenol, industrial chemicals. Some of them are EPA classified C, possible human carcinogens in all injectable insulin on a global scale. It's truly scary and disturbing. So I'm fighting hard for a number of different variants throughout our country and world in regards to just that.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you brought that up. I'm sorry that that happened to you. I know for this new medication they want me to go on, the doctor said that I needed to get 10 injections, 10 vaccinations. And I thought, what? I'm putting like a chemical party inside my body so I can put more chemicals in my body. No, let's find another way. So, for people who are out there who are on the traditional path, obviously, we're not physicians, we're not medical doctors here. We're not
Correct.
going to recommend that people stop doing what they're doing. But what would you say to someone who's open to an alternative, who is struggling or suffering, or maybe they were told, like me, get 10 vaccinations and do XYZ? What would you say to that person?
I would say do your research. Research everything before you put it in your body. Check the additives and all your medications that your doctor's trying to prescribe. Comically enough, phenol and metacresol mimics diabetic symptomology. So for me, it begs the question, are people actually getting sick or progressing with the disease itself? Or are they getting sick from the additives being put in their medication? So information is key and research is powerful. So please do your research. Do not trust the traditional sector blindly, or unfortunately, you're going to end up like myself and many others with additional health issues. And I'm not an anti-vax person. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. I just take where the facts lead me and go from there. And that's just the unfortunate truth, that they know that they are putting poisons and toxins into our foods and medications, because unfortunately, you know, cures don't make them money. Unfortunately, it's unfortunately about the money.
Always comes down to the buck, doesn't it? And
Yes,
something I'd like to add to that is, we know from doing research, and it actually shows that we've had here, that there are certain additives put into food so that you continue to eat them. You're like, "Oh, I have to have more of whatever it is." So keep that in mind. And I also think what you just said is so profound. We have to be our own advocate. So we can go the traditional path and get the information, but now with shows like this, with the work that you're doing, we can go so many places to get information and then make decisions for ourselves, because we are the only ones who know ourselves inside and out.
correct. And you know, I have unfortunately dealt with a number of physicians. When I was 2020, I was put on an insulin pump. I complained to two different head researchers and physicians over at Jocelyn Diabetic Center, who left me on the insulin pump. And just know that your body, you know your body better than anyone else. Don't let a doctor tell you otherwise. If you think you're sick or you're having an issue, you most likely are. So listen to your gut and seek alternative approaches and opinions and practitioners if you feel that your provider isn't listening. I wish I did that, because unfortunately I was left on the pump for a few years and I had a number of issues as a result. So
Thank you, Julie. Another question that I have for you is, many times when we're going to do something new or look at a new approach, we need somebody to hold our hand a little bit, or maybe somebody to say, hey, it's okay. I've been there. This is my experience. Are you and your team able to provide, answering a few questions? We have your email address up here. We've had your website. Can people reach out and get some more information?
absolutely. I encourage everyone to reach out if you have any questions about the products, the endocannabinoid system, how these compositions work with the body. Please reach out. Please, I encourage you, if I can share any type of my own personal journey with you and guide you in a direction, a healthier alternative, I'm happy to do so.
Thank you so much. We do have a comment from Rick. That's my sister. Woo! That's
He's
beautiful.
awesome. Rick's great. He's he's the great grandfather of hybrid cannabis. Some of the first strains in Florida, actually, the Gainesville Green, that was him. He invented those. Rick and I have been friends for a number of years and supported one another. I call him my colleague, my partner in crime, and he's awesome. He's a great guy. So blessed to have him as a supporter.
Thanks for being here, Rick. As we come to a close, I would love to just have you share. Obviously, there's a number of people who are reaching out that have so much respect for you. You've helped to change lives. What would you say the community that you're built is really like? It seems like so much love and caring is coming from them.
It's been an amazing journey. All the beautiful people I've met, ranging from Oregon to all over the country in this industry. It is the Wild West for sure. There's a lot of wildness out there, as a new industry comes online and gets developed. But, your true friends and your true supporters will always be there for you, like any other community. So it's been a beautiful ride, and I'm truly honored and blessed to be a part of it.
I just want to thank you so much for being here. And I want our audience to know that none of this is rehearsed. Julie had no idea what questions I was going to ask her because we don't use a script here. I just pay attention to where the conversation is going. So I know we're literally just tapping the beginning of what it is that you're going to be doing as you continue to evolve and grow. And I hope that you'll come back and see us again. What's the best way for people to get in touch with you, and who would you like to contact you?
Anyone who feels they might benefit from the products, they can reach out to our website, www.H solutions with an S.co, not com. My email is julie@hsolutions.co. And we'd love to hear from everyone and anyone that's interested in our products, either carrying them in stores, using them for themselves, possible partnerships for distribution channels internationally. There's a wide variety of conversations to be had, and I hope to hear from everyone.
We wish you continued success, and thank you again for being here. I think you might be booked in on another show. I'm not sure, but if not, please do, because we look forward to having you come back. And we've got one more comment. Let's bring it up. From Rick, she's one of the most unselfish beings, always supporting and giving education and products that help patients and advocate for common sense. That's so beautiful.
Thank you. I really appreciate everything. And I do try in my free time to work with cancer patients pro bono. I have a holistic protocol that we have, it's research-based and what has worked for clients in the community. So if anybody needs support in that regard, I try to do that pro bono as much as I can, as much as time allows. So please reach out if I can help in any way. That's always the goal.
Well, you are an absolute delight and a role model and an inspiration. So thank you for being here with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. And I look forward to hearing your thoughts on trying the products and talking with you more about your ulcerative colitis.
Thank you. I'm excited to try them. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Please do reach out to Julie. That's why she's here, to provide education, inspiration, and hope. And that's what we stand for. If you have a story you'd like to share, please go over to our website, usaglobaltv.com/book-your-session. We have over 40 shows a week. And as I mentioned, we are now on Roku worldwide, as well as Amazon Fire and soon to be Apple TV. We continue to grow so we can support the work of all of our show hosts across the world. Everyone has a different story and a different message that they want to share, and we're happy to celebrate you and your messaging. We're going to close out right now, and we look forward to coming back with our next show, but please do reach out to Julie and connect with her and help support her work. Bye for now.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find really I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium, I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school. This class is the best. This is the best school ever.
You should take it. It's just, it will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, BSc.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.